name again.
Okay, Eddie Roberts.
Roberts, Roberts?
Right.
Okay. Eddie, it's certainly an honor to meet somebody that raced at Shangri-la Speedway as early as 1947. Can you share some of your memories from back then?
Well, I hauled my own race car on a homemade trailer behind a Hudson 6-cylinder all the way down from Rochester, and came down, stayed overnight because it was more than a one-day haul. Stayed in the old hotel in Owego. They always had a room for me. Used to park our cars on the trailer right on the main street of Owego, and nobody worried about anything.
Who were some of the drivers that you raced against back then?
Oh, Harry Eckert, of course, and the Booley brothers, and Kenny Gallup, and
I can tell you this.
and I'm racking my brain. They don't come that easy anymore. I'm 89 years old, and the memory is not what it used to be.
Tell us about the first race car you can remember driving.
The first race car I drove was a midget,
I'm just going to move that right about there.
and then I bought my own sprint car and rebuilt it and brought it down to Shangri-La. And when I was at Shangri-La with my own car, it was the first sprint car I had ever driven. And I managed to keep up, but there was no way I was going to win with a car like that, but had a lot of fun over the years.
Did you travel the fair circuits like many of the racers did in those days?
Some of them I raced at the Altamont Fair near Albany, and a few others it's hard to remember anymore. We raced at Sydney, New York. The old track there is probably gone. That was dusty and dirt, and it had some holes in it, but we still got around and had a race. I spun out there. Kenny Gallup rode on the back of the car when they towed it back to the pits. Kenny lived in Albany, and he and his wife Millie and me and my wife got to be good friends over the years.
Now, what was your favorite racetrack?
I liked Shangri-La. I really liked Shangri-La. It was a nice track. And in midgets, I liked Buffalo Stadium.
Is there any one race or that stands out in your mind, either a big win or something special about the race?
Not at Shangri-La, because I never did very well there, except, well, I did drive for Carl Seacules, the number 5. There's a picture of that in the book about Buffalo Stadium. But I did win a race at Buffalo Stadium in a midget, and it's my claim to fame. I beat Johnny Coy, who was the hot shot from Connecticut.
Well, obviously you still love racing. You're here with the Atlantic Coast Old Timers. If you had a chance, would you be hopping in one of these cars?
Well, I had a chance 4 years ago at Loudon, New Hampshire. They let me take a midget around there, even though I was in my 80s, and I loved every minute of it.
You've seen a lot of changes in the sport over the years. Was it more fun back then, or is it more fun now?
It was a lot of fun, and it was a lot cheaper back then. The investment now is almost prohibitive.
Okay, how about some of the danger? I know some of the guys didn't even wear seat belts back then.
Well, I always wore a seat belt, but we didn't have much in the way of roll bars in the beginning. Roll bars came later, and then cages came after that, of course.
Okay, well, that's great.